Hello and welcome. In my last two videos, I talked about our outer ear, middle ear. Now today's topic is our inner ear. So try to understand, it is a little bit complicated part and it is very vast topic, and in this extreme hot I am going to continue this. So let's start. This inner ear is basically presents inside of the petrous part of the temporal bone, and it consists of two main components. One is bony labyrinth, another is membranous labyrinth. Bony labyrinth consists of cochlea, vestibule and three semicircular canals. This membranous labyrinth consists of utricle, saccule, then cochlear duct and three semicircular ducts. Okay, now one by one you have to know everything. First of all, our bony labyrinth. In the bony labyrinth you have to know about cochlea. As you can see in this photo, it is a tail of the snail like structure. Basically it is a hollow spiral conical chamber inside of the bone, specifically petrous part of the temporal bone. Now this cochlea has its own axis. Okay, this axis of this cochlea is known as modulus. In relation to this modulus, this cochlea makes 2.75 turn. Okay, almost 3 turns, but it's not complete 3, it is 2.75 turns. Okay, and it actually propagates the sound wave from the oval window to the apex. Now what is oval window we'll talk about lastly. Okay, just wait. So if you straighten these circular coils or the spiral coils, if you make it straight, in male the length will be almost 34 millimeter and in female the length will be almost 33 millimeter. Okay, as I said, this is a hollow. It is not hollow. It consists of 3 ducts. As you can see in this photo, inside of this cochlea has 3 ducts: upper part, middle part, lower part. Upper part of this cochlea consists of scala vestibuli. It is also known as vestibular duct. Okay, lower to this vestibular duct you're gonna find cochlear duct. It is also known as scala media. Now lower to this scala media or cochlear duct you're gonna find scala tympani. It is also known as tympanic duct. Now scala vestibuli and scala tympani is a part of bony labyrinth, and it consists of perilymph. Perilymph is a special kind of fluid of inner ear. We'll talk about later in microscopy of inner ear. And this cochlear duct is a part of membranous labyrinth. I just told you a few minutes ago. Okay, so this consists of endolymph. It is also a special kind of fluid. We'll talk about microanatomy of inner ear, not now. In this cochlear duct is consist of a very special structure known as organ of Corti, along with other important cells. Now in this photo you can see a word known as helicotrema. What is this? Actually this scala vestibuli and scala tympani in the cochlear part merges together. Both consist of perilymph. Okay, so both tube or both duct or both scala actually merges together, and this marginal point or this joining point is known as helicotrema, which is present inside the cochlea. Okay, now in this photo also you can see a special membrane known as Reisner's membrane. It is also known as vestibular membrane. It separates the scala media from scala vestibuli. It separates the vestibular duct from the cochlear duct. Okay, then you're going to find another membrane known as basilar membrane. It presents in between the scala media and scala tympani, in between the cochlear duct and the tympanic duct. From this basilar membrane, organ of Corti originates or arises. Now the spiral organ of Corti, or simply organ of Corti, as you can see in this photo, as I said, it arises from the basilar membrane and it presents inside the cochlear duct or the scala media. Now this organ of Corti consists of lots of cells. Among them, 2 important cells are basically composed as 1 hair cells. Now you're going to find outer hair cells and inner hair cells. Suppose this is the basilar membrane. Okay, upper 3 layers of cells are composed of outer hair cells, and then you're going to find 1 layer of inner hair cells. Okay, now in Now these outer hair cells and inner hair cells both are covered by Dayter's cells, okay, as you can see in this photo. The upper border of this, or the upper part or the top of these hair cells, you can see the small ciliated openings, or the bunch of cilia originates. These are known as stereocilia, okay. We'll talk about this thing in details in microanatomy, not here. Now after the cochlea, our second component is the vestibule of the ear, okay. Basically it presents in the middle, I mean behind the cochlea and in front of the semicircular canals. So it is almost oval shaped structure. Horizontally it is 5 mm and vertically it is 3 mm. Now in this photo you have to understand that the membranous labyrinth presents inside of the bony labyrinth, okay. Bony labyrinth is a structure, and inside of this structure you can find membranous labyrinth. So inside of this vestibule you can find utricles and saccules, which are the main part of the membranous labyrinth. Saccule is a part of membranous labyrinth, and it is actually small fibrous pouch that communicates with the cochlear duct via the ductus reunions inferiorly with the it communicates with the cochlear duct inferiorly. And this utricle, it communicates with the semicircular ducts, which are present inside the semicircular canal. Now one thing you have to understand, this saccule and utricle. Saccule presents basically antero-inferiorly, most probably in front of the cochlea, and this utricle presents posterior-superiorly towards the semicircular canals, okay. This medial wall of this saccule and utricle are lined by a specialized neurosensory epithelium known as macula, or in in plural you can say maculae. In this special macula also consists of stereocilia. Along with you can find a special kind of kinocilia, which are kino means kinetics, kinetics mean movements, okay. These kinocilia are covered by a gelatinous structures known as otolithic membrane or statoconial membrane, and this membrane is embedded with lots of small crystals made by calcium carbonate. These are known as otoconia or otoliths. Well, we'll talk about this mechanism or how it functions in the physiology and in the microanatomy, not here. And now the semicircular canal of bony labyrinth, okay. We are getting, as you can see in this photo, 3 semicircular canal. So we are getting anterior semicircular canal, which is also known as superior semicircular canal, and it presents in sagittal plane, okay. Secondly, you're going to find lateral semicircular canal, which is also known as horizontal or transverse semicircular canal, which presents in the transverse plane. And lastly, you're going to find posterior, which is also known as inferior semicircular canal, which presents in the frontal plane. The terminal part of these semicircular canals has dilated end. These dilated ends are known as ampulla. These ampulla opens into the vestibule, okay. The non-ampullated part or the beginning point of these semicircular canals are all these 3 arises from the common bony crus. This semicircular canal contains semicircular ducts. These semicircular ducts are basically part of membranous labyrinth. Try to understand 2 windows of this inner ear. First of all, oval window and then a round window. First of all, oval window. It is also known as fenestra vestibuli, or it is also known as fenestra ovalis. Vestibuli because it presents in the vestibule part of the inner ear or the bony labyrinth, okay. Now this ovalis, you can easily say this foramen or this hole is almost oval shaped, or you can say reniform shaped. It means it is a kidney shaped, okay. It is mostly occupied by the base of the stapes bone. It is a component of middle ear, and this oval window, the margin or the circumference of this window is tightened or the closed by annular ligament, okay. And just near to this oval window, posterior inferior to this oval window, you're going to find another window is known as round window. It's a circular, okay. So this round window is covered by secondary tympanic membrane. It's a little bit hard, but it is movable, okay. Whenever this stapes bone moves, this oval window also moves and it transmits the sound wave through the oval window. Then it directly enters into the perilymph along with the endolymph. Okay, now try to understand. Suppose here is a oval window and there is a round window. Okay, sound energy going inside and it's traveling through these scala tympani, scala vestibuli and scala media. Okay, and it going towards the round window and it gives thrust to the secondary tympanic membrane, which actually closes the round window, and it gives again opposite thrust. So the sound waves again going back. Okay, now this to and fro movement of these sound waves are moving these stereocilia from left right, or from this side to this side to that side. Okay, so frequent movement of these sound waves and movement of this stereocilia generates electrical impulse. Okay, and this electrical impulse basically carries through the cochlear nerve. Okay, I mean is a component of 8th cranial nerve. This signals reaches to the temporal lobe and the brainstem. Anyway, this mechanism I will talk about details in physiology chapter, not here. Try to understand the blood supply of this inner ear. First of all, arterial supply and venous drainage. Arterial supply, it is done by the anterior tympanic branch of maxillary artery, posterior branch of middle meningeal artery, and stylomastoid branch of the posterior auricular artery. And the entire labyrinth is also specially supplied by the labyrinthine artery. Now in venous drainage is basically done by the labyrinthine vein. Rest of the venules drains into the sigmoid sinus along with the inferior petrosal sinus. Okay, microanatomy we will talk about in my next video. Today is too much hot. And I hope you a little bit understood about the basic anatomy of this inner ear. And if you don't understand, please read the textbooks and watch this video or watch others video. I don't care. See you soon. Till then, bye.